Number 1. Jeep Wrangler Brute. Hey everyone, welcome back. You ever hear a name and instantly know something wild is coming? That's exactly how I felt when I first caught wind of the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Brute. A bold take on the legendary Wrangler formula that's stirring up excitement across the off-road world. This isn't just another trim or package. It feels like Jeep's way of saying, we're still here and we're going big. But before we jump into all that goodness, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you love off-road news, rugged SUVs, and the kind of vehicles that make every journey an adventure. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So what's the Brute all about? From the first teasers and community buzz, the 2026 Wrangler Brute blends the classic Jeep silhouette we all know and love, with a more aggressive, almost pickup-inspired vibe that's sharper and tougher than ever. It carries that iconic 7-slot grille, robust fender flares, and a stance that looks like it's ready to tackle anything you throw at it, from rocky trails to muddy back roads. Now, under the hood is where things get really interesting. Unlike some rumors you might have heard about fully electrified Jeeps, the Brute is leaning into raw, traditional Jeep power and performance. Think rugged reliability first, but with modern twists where they count. That means strong engine options that deliver plenty of grunt for climbs, and yet more climbs. Exactly what you want when you're out in the wild. And while plug-in hybrids are being phased out of some Wrangler lines in the US, Jeep is refocusing on hybrid approaches that give you efficiency without taking away capability. Speaking of capability, if you're into real off-road features, this thing is built to impress. Jeep's latest generation brings solid 4x4 hardware, trail-ready traction systems, and suspension setups designed to keep the Brute confidently planted whether you're crawling over rocks or forging through loose gravel. It's got the sort of confidence-inspiring capability that's made Wrangler a favorite among explorers for decades. Inside is where Jeep has finally brought a bit more polish. You're looking at updated infotainment screens, modern connectivity tech, and seats that actually feel comfortable on long drives, while still keeping that rugged character that makes you feel like you could strip this thing down and head into the wilderness with zero hesitation. It's the best of both worlds. Modern creature comforts for everyday use, and no compromise on adventure-ready toughness. Price? Well, details haven't been locked in yet. But if you look at how Jeep is positioning its 2026 lineup, from entry-level Wranglers right up to special editions like the V8 Moab 392, kicking off a year of standout models, you can expect the Brute to sit in that rugged premium space. It won't be cheap, but then again, nothing this capable ever is. Compared to past Wrangler models, the Brute feels like both a nod to Jeep's heritage and a bold step forward. Number 2. Toyota Land Cruiser J8. We're talking about something really big in the world of rugged SUVs, the all-new 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser J80. Toyota has taken one of its most legendary nameplates and reimagined it for a new generation, blending timeless off-road capability with modern comfort and technology. Fans have been waiting for a Land Cruiser that feels both classic and forward-looking, and it looks like this might be it. What's cool about this new Land Cruiser is its design. Toyota kept that iconic boxy upright look that just screams adventure, with a silhouette that feels familiar but refreshed. It's got those bold proportions and rugged stance that make you think this thing can go anywhere, whether it's city streets or dirt tracks. The design pays homage to the heritage models while still looking completely at home alongside today's SUVs. Under the hood, Toyota is sticking with a hybrid powertrain that's really where old-school capability meets new-school efficiency. The turbocharged 2.4-litre four-cylinder paired with electric assist gives you around 326 horsepower and an exciting amount of torque for both highway merging and slow-speed crawling on trails. That hybrid setup not only delivers strong performance, it also makes the Land Cruiser more fuel-friendly than the big V8 beasts of the past. A big step forward without taking away from the off-road spirit we love. Of course, what's a Land Cruiser without serious off-road features? The J80 doesn't disappoint. Toyota's packing in a full-time four-wheel drive system with locking differentials and terrain-tailored traction systems that help handle mud, sand, rocks, and everything in between. You've got crawl control for those super slow and technical bits, and electronic assist systems that help tackle steep climbs and descents confidently. It's unmistakably a Land Cruiser in the way it tackles tough terrain. Inside, Toyota has updated things to feel modern, but still practical. You're looking at a roomy cabin that seats 5 comfortably, with higher trims bringing heated and ventilated seats, leather options, and that big touchscreen infotainment setup with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's the kind of interior that feels at home on a weekend trip, as much as it does on a long highway drive, with plenty of cargo space too. And let's talk about price. It looks like Toyota is positioning this generation to be more accessible than some of its full-size predecessors. Starting prices are expected in the neighborhood of the mid to upper 5-figure range, which makes sense given all the tech and capability you're getting, especially when you consider how far hybrid systems and off-road hardware have come. Number 3. Tesla Model Q Imagine. Tesla taking everything we love about the brand, sleek style, strong electric performance, cutting-edge tech, and packaging it into something smaller, more affordable, and just plain fun. That's the buzz around the 2026 Tesla Model Q, and honestly, it's one of the most exciting pieces of news in EV world right now. The Model Q is shaping up to be a compact electric SUV that brings Tesla's magic to a much wider audience, and that's a big deal. So what makes this Model Q so promising? First off, the design feels like a fresh twist on what we've seen from Tesla before. It's compact and aerodynamic, perfect for city driving or weekend escapes, but it still has that futuristic Tesla vibe. Think smooth lines, a sporty silhouette, and a refined look that stands out without trying too hard. Underneath all that style, the Model Q is expected to offer multiple battery and drive options, from a rear-wheel drive setup with a solid range, to a dual-motor all-wheel drive variant that gives you more power and confidence in varied weather or terrain. Even though it's not an off-road vehicle per se, the AW Drive option could give it surprising versatility when you want to take those weekend gravel roads or snowy escapes. And speaking of range, reports suggest that this little Tesla could easily handle daily driving duties, and then some, with estimated ranges that would keep most commuters and weekend warriors happy without constantly searching for a charger. Combine that with Tesla's supercharger network, and you've got a practical EV that's easy to live with. Inside the Model Q, you're looking at the kind of minimalist, tech-forward cabin Tesla is known for. A big central touchscreen, clean lines, and a thoughtful use of materials make it feel more premium than its price tag might suggest. There's no giant dashboard clutter, just what you need, where you need it. And because it's Tesla, you can expect regular over-the-air updates that keep the software feeling fresh and more capable over time. Now let's talk price, because this is where the Model Q could really shake things up. Early speculation and reports have pointed to a starting price that's much lower than other Tesla models, possibly even dipping under the $30,000 mark before incentives, making it one of the most accessible EVs in Tesla's lineup. That could mean more people than ever get to experience Tesla's performance and tech without stretching their budget. When you compare it to past Teslas like the Model 3 or Model Y, the Model Q feels like the evolution of that idea. Take everything that worked about those cars and shrink it down into something lighter, more efficient, and easier to own day to day. Number 4. Toyota Mini Land Cruiser FJ. You know that feeling when a legendary nameplate gets reborn in a way that feels fresh, fun, and totally exciting. That's exactly what Toyota seems to be doing with the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser FJ, a compact off-roader that's capturing the imagination of adventure lovers everywhere. This little beast is all about bringing classic Land Cruiser durability into a smaller, more accessible package, and honestly, it might just steal your heart. And if you're hyped about off-road vehicles, rugged SUVs, or just cool automotive news, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. We're diving into everything that makes this mini cruiser such a standout as Toyota prepares for its big 2026 launch. You'll want to stick around for more updates as this thing gets closer to hitting the trails and showrooms. Alright, let's talk design. From the teasers and official reveals, you can see the FJ carries that signature boxy, upright look that Land Cruiser fans have always loved. Chunky wheel arches, squared-off body panels, and even a rear-mounted spare wheel that screams rugged capability. It's got that classic vibe, but Toyota has given it a modern twist that makes it look right at home, whether you're in the city or out in the wild. Under the hood is where things get really interesting. Toyota hasn't confirmed a hybrid setup yet, but the base 2026 FJ is expected to launch with a dependable 2.7-litre petrol engine paired with a 6-speed automatic and part-time 4-wheel drive. A combo that's all about reliability and off-road confidence rather than headline-grabbing power figures. That said, there's chatter that later on Toyota could introduce hybrid variants in some markets to boost efficiency and emissions performance. But don't let the mini size fool you. This thing looks built to tackle serious terrain. Unlike most small SUVs that just look rugged, the FJ sits on a traditional ladder frame chassis, similar to the Toyota Hilux pickup. That means it's got real off-road bones, high ground clearance, tight wheel articulation, and a turning radius that's great for navigating tight trails. This is a compact package with honest adventure credentials. Inside, Toyota seems to be aiming for that perfect mix of modern comfort and utilitarian ruggedness. Early info points to a driver-friendly cabin, the big central touchscreen, durable materials designed for real use, and plenty of visibility all around. Because when you're out exploring, you want the road or trail ahead to feel connected, not cluttered. Now let's talk pricing, because that's a big part of what makes the FJ exciting. In markets like Japan, the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser is expected to start in a ballpark that's significantly lower than the full-size Land Cruisers, possibly around the equivalent of $26,000 to $30,000, while in places like North America prices could land around $35,000 and climb for higher trims. That's a sweet spot for a rugged little 4x4 with Land Cruiser heritage. Comparing this to past models, it's easy to see why fans are so pumped. The classic FJ Cruiser was beloved for its retro style and fun personality. And while this new FJ isn't a direct clone, it carries that same adventurous spirit in a modern, compact package. So what do you think? A rugged daily driver. Number 5. Mitsubishi Montero Mini 4x4. We're diving into something really exciting that's been bubbling up in the off-road world. The 2026 Mitsubishi Montero Mini 4x4. If you've ever loved a rugged SUV, but wanted something a bit more agile, a bit more fun, this little beast might just be what you've been waiting for. Think of it as a compact, adventure-ready SUV that channels the spirit of Mitsubishi's legendary Montero name, only now in a smaller, more capable, everywhere package. Trust me, you'll want to be here as we watch this weird and wonderful off-road world evolve. Alright, let's talk design, because the first thing that hits you about the Montero Mini 4x4 is that it looks ready to go places. It carries that upright, tough guy SUV vibe we all gravitate toward. Short overhangs, chunky wheels, and a stance that says, bring it on, whether that's city streets or dusty back roads. It's not just a cute little crossover, it's styled like it's serious about handling rough terrain. Now, underneath that bold look is where the fun really begins. While full specs aren't officially out yet, early information suggests this Mini 4x4 will likely offer all-wheel drive capability. So you're not just looking at pretty rugged styling, you're looking at real traction and confidence when the pavement ends. Some versions are expected to include hybrid powertrain options that improve efficiency without compromising that go-anywhere feel, which is a smart blend of modern tech with classic off-road spirit. Let's talk off-road features, because that's really what separates the Montero Mini from the typical compact SUV. AWD, possibly selectable drive modes, and chassis tuned for real grip. This isn't just about looking adventurous. Sure, it's compact and city-friendly, but with the right setup, this thing could handle light trails, gravel roads, and those weekend escape routes with confidence. It's exactly the kind of vehicle that gives you freedom without the bulk of a full-size truck or SUV. Inside, Mitsubishi is expected to bring a nice balance of modern comfort and usability. Think a clean, tech-friendly cockpit with a central touchscreen for infotainment, complete with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and seating that's cozy for daily driving, but still rugged enough to handle life outside the city. You're not trading comfort for capability here, you're getting both. When it comes to pricing, early reports point toward the Montero Mini being positioned as an affordable entry point into real SUV territory. Estimates suggest a starting price that's friendly on the wallet, possibly under $20,000, which is pretty amazing when you consider the style, features, and adventurous DNA you're getting in return. That could make this one of the most appealing compact 4x4 options in years. Now, here's the fun comparison angle. Look back at past Mitsubishi SUVs, the legendary full-size Montero, the Pajero, all those big rugged machines. And the Montero Mini feels like a bite-sized tribute. It's not trying to replace the big guys, it's bringing that same adventurous DNA to a new segment. It's like the Montero you remember, but refined for modern life. Lighter, efficient, and more accessible to everyday drivers who crave a bit of rugged soul.